Hey lovely peeps, and welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a vlog for about 2 weeks, but that's just primarily because I just didn't want to bore you with the same stuff different day really. So I thought I would give you an update on what's been happening with me over the last few weeks. So I think the last time I checked in with you, I had a manky finger, which is still manky. I was misdiagnosed by the doctor. He said it was Raynaud's disease. They're now saying it's an infection from a rose thorn, and it's still particularly nasty. I can't use it. So I'm now on my second week of antibiotics, and my white blood cell count is through the roof. So I've got a hospital appointment in a week or so, I think, to find out what's going on with that. But I really haven't been very well, so I've been on antibiotics. But to top that off, this goddamn menopause is driving me insane. So, as I've said previously, I've changed over to Clearvance because my product was, I couldn't find her anywhere in Wales. So loads of women have told me how well they were on Clearvance and that it worked for them. But what I have to say is it certainly have not worked for me. Out of, I think the last time I did a vlog was maybe 2.5 weeks ago. Out of 2.5 weeks, I've probably had 4 clear days without a migraine. Now that's just pathetic. It is just relentless and soul destroying. And the worst thing is, there is no reason why I would have those 4 days. So this is the most frustrating thing for me. I don't do anything different on the days that I have a migraine and on the days that I don't have a migraine. The difference is I just don't have a migraine. But for whatever reason with me, as I keep saying, it's the flushes. And since I changed my product to Clearvance, my flushes have just been off the Richter. To give you a prime example, I was out today in a client's office doing some QuickBooks training, and I'd only just sat in his office for about maybe 15 minutes and the flashing lights are going and I have to take a migraine tablet. Now, there was no reason, I'd worked, I did my emails this morning, I'd gone down to my meeting. There's just no method or madness or why it happens or why I have the flushes as often as I do. So I just found on the days, the handful of days that I've had a clear day, I've had very little flushes. So, for whatever reason, Clearvance don't seem to be doing the same thing for me. And I am constantly atomic. My night sweats are just through the roof again. I wake up with my pillow absolutely saturated. I'm waking up a lot because of the broken sleep, which goes with the aching bones, which goes with all the other blinking goddamn symptoms of this menopause. But for me, the electric flushes are just relentless. So, I was on a blog this week, a menopause blog, and a lady had said she was taking the same thing as I took previously, which I call now my magic HRT pill, called the Less Duo. Now, I've been trying to find that since it was taken away from me, which was probably 4 months ago. So I've been doing regular Google searches, trying to find it. I've even tried to find out outside the UK. Nothing. But following me messaging, somebody messaged about a list on a website, and I replied to her, and I thought, let me have a look. And guess what I found on Sunday? Ta-da! So, I have now found these pills. I've had to pay for them privately, which was only, I think, £35, English pounds. So it wasn't a massive amount of money. And trust me, to have a quality of life, these are worth every goddamn penny. So I've got a doctor's appointment on Friday. So I'm going to go to my doctor and say, please, can I stop taking these and start taking these? My only concern, I suppose, is these really make me feel well. And I got down to 4 migraines a month with these, which was massive. To put that in comparison of what I've had, and I've had 4 clear days out of probably 20. That is just a stark difference, and it's life-changing for me. I suppose my only concern is if we can't get these on private prescription by paying. I did try to buy a year, in for a penny, in for a pound, and I thought, well, let me just see. So I tried to buy a year because apparently the manufacturing for these kinds of pills are going to be up and running normally in July 2020. So I thought, oh, if I can get them for a year, that would just kind of let me rest for a year, knowing that I can have some kind of level of normality. I say normality because trust me, women, we're still not normal going through this, but more normal than I've been. So I'm praying now that I can find a supply of these, because these are the magic pill for me. So I'm going to go and see my doctor and take over with these. Going back to the Clearvance, as I said, it just don't seem to be working for me. My symptoms are the same. My anxiety has reduced slightly, not massively. Initially, I was in quite a bad way, and I was having to kind of check myself and recenter myself, probably up to 10 times a day. Whereas it's not as bad as that at the moment. But I've been busy in work, and as I say, for me, keeping busy keeps my mind busy, which means my anxiety don't get out of control. But I'm just going to give you an example of how anxiety can just be so irrational. Now, I'm, quite body conscious, and I like my makeup done and these kinds of things. But I only use, to wash my face, this little bad boy called Johnson Soft Wash. Now, I've used this since I was a child. I tried all the Clinique and all the, Elemis and all the products they tell you to use to your face. Oh my God, they gave me rashes. I had pimples. It was just not a good idea. So I've used this my whole entire life. I can't remember not using it even when I was a kid, 18 years old. And I'm a whole 47 on Sunday. So it's been a long time I've been using this. So my husband is amazing. And I keep saying that. I couldn't go through the way things have been without having someone who's so supportive. And I've had lots of women write into me saying their husbands haven't been supportive. And I honestly really feel for you. And I think my next vlog is going to be a vlog just aimed at men, because I think men have no understanding of how we're going through things and how we're feeling. And if I can I will throw my husband really under the bus, who is amazing. But if I can throw some examples which men can watch and relate to, they may have an understanding of how our reactions can be. Because, we're just irrational at the moment. Our thought process isn't what it was. So we can't change the way we react. Maybe they can change the way they do things. So going back to my wonderful husband, does food shopping because he cooks. Because if you relied on me, we would be living on soup and toast. So this was what I've used for years. So then this weekend, he comes home with this. Yes, look at them. So what the first thing my husband did is he walked through the door, opened shop, and went, right, before you start having some kind of major panic attack, I need to tell you, I spoke to them in Asda, and this is the new version of this. They're not manufacturing this anymore. They've changed the shape, they've changed the product, and this is the new thing. Now, I think they're lying, because if you look at this product, put this in your hand and look at this product, they, to me, look like totally different products, but maybe that's because I'm looking for something. But this is how crazy the menopause makes us, that something so simple, like changing the bottle of soft wash, can make your mind go crazy and mental and make you act irrational. But all over Johnson Soft Wash. But unfortunately, as I keep saying, we're not irrational and we're not normal, and we don't react in a normal way. And we don't, as I say to my husband, one reaction on one day could be totally different for exactly the same thing 24 hours later. It depends on how our hormones are playing up and what is going on for us on that day, really, and what kind of day we've had. And I think the menopause holds a lot to that, because I think how you are in yourself in a day is dependent on your reactions. So if you wake up and you've had anxiety through the night and you've had palpitations, you've had restless bones, you can't sleep, well, you're not going to be a barrel of laughs when you wake up in the morning, and you're going to be quite touchy. So if somebody says something to you off the cuff, something you may laugh at, and you might have laughed at 2 days before, it's really not funny. So I think that's half of the problem with this, is that we're quite reactionary to how we're feeling, because we're women and that's what we do. So I just thought I would update you really and say that I've just been really poorly. I've had, too many days of migraines that it's just getting on my last wick. And really, I'm hoping that these little bad boys are going to make me well again. So I will do a vlog over the weekend for men, because I think men need to know what's going on. And I will update you lovely peeps next week when the doctor says, yes, you can take them again. I'm hoping it's just not for 3 months and I can't find them again. But trust me, 3 months of normality is better than no months of normality. So here goes. I hope you're all keeping well and you're keeping strong. And I'll check in with you with you really soon. Take care.